There is a brand that makes mechanics groan the moment it pulls into the shop. Not because they cannot fix it, they can, but because they know exactly what is coming. Hours of frustration, specialty tools that cost more than some people's cars, electrical gremlins that hide in places no scan tool can reach, and at the end of it all, a customer who will be furious at the bill. When mechanics at Accurate Automotive in Colorado were asked which cars they hate working on most, one theme kept coming up: Volkswagen, anything European, and especially Audis. On Reddit, in the mechanics lounge where professionals share what they really think, one user put it even more bluntly. He said he has hated working on them since the 90s. Welcome to Mechanics Secrets. Subscribe now if you want to know which brands keep mechanics up at night. Let us talk about Audi. On paper, these cars look incredible. Sleek design, quattro or wheel drive, that unmistakable badge. But behind the scenes, Audi has become one of the most dreaded brands in the industry. And the data backs it up. RepairPal ranks Audi 28th out of 32 car brands for reliability. The average Audi owner spends $987 per year on repairs. That is 51% higher than the national average of $652. But here is the number that matters most to mechanics. Audi owners visit the repair shop twice as often as the average driver, not because they are paranoid, because things keep breaking. One owner on Audi World put it perfectly. He said he has been driving VW and Audi cars for over 25 years. On average, these cars have many more problems and cost a lot more to repair. The engineering is a nightmare for maintenance and repair. It takes a lot of time to access and repair anything. Every one of his Audi cars has been involved in multiple class action lawsuits, and VW Audi has lost just about every one of them. Let me walk you through the 5 most common Audi problems that mechanics see every single day. First, the timing chain tensioner. This is the big one. These tensioners are supposed to last the life of the engine. On an Audi, they start failing as early as 30 to 50,000 miles. When the tensioner fails, the timing chain jumps. And when the timing chain jumps on an interference engine, the pistons slam into the valves. The result? Catastrophic engine failure. We are talking $5,000, $6,000, sometimes $7,000 to fix. One Audi World Forum member described what happened to a 2009 A4. The owner started the car, the chain skipped a few teeth, and it severely damaged the engine. The car ended up in the salvage yard because the repair cost more than the vehicle was worth. This problem was so widespread that it spawned a class action lawsuit covering multiple model years across both the 2-litre and 3-litre engines. One forum member called VW Audi management the most deceitful executives since Enron. And here is what should terrify you. Audi released technical service bulletins to dealers warning about this issue, but they never issued a public recall. They never told owners. Dealers were instructed to blame customers for improper oil maintenance before doing any warranty work. The timing chain tensioner problem has achieved what one specialist called campfire horror story status among Audi enthusiasts. Second, the water pump. Audi water pumps are known for failing prematurely, sometimes before 40,000 miles. One forum post on an Audi Q5 group described how multiple owners had their water pumps fail on the same day. Another owner wrote that he felt like he was sitting on a ticking time bomb. When his pump failed at just 10,800 miles, it dumped the entire contents of the cooling system over 2 miles. One mechanic said the service advisor at the dealer claimed they had not seen many water pump failures. The forum member responded that if the service advisor is telling you that, he is simply lying. Third, the DSG transmission. Audi calls theirs the S-Tronic. This dual-clutch automated manual is supposed to give you lightning-fast shifts. When it works, it is impressive. When it fails, you are looking at a bill that can exceed $3,000. The mechatronic unit is the brain of the transmission. it controls clutch engagement and gear selection. When it fails, and it often does between 30 and 50,000 miles, you get jerky shifts, harsh downshifts, sudden loss of power, and the dreaded limp mode where the car gets stuck in second gear and the PRNDS display starts flashing on the dashboard. One owner on the TT forum described classic mechatronic failure symptoms: big shudder when engaging drive, thump on clutch engagement, hesitation when pulling away. Another owner said his 2015 Audi A5 with 90,000 miles experienced jerky acceleration and then entered limp mode during summer traffic. The repair involved replacing the clutch pack and servicing the mechatronic unit. Stop and go, city driving is particularly brutal on these transmissions because the frequent shifting stresses the clutch packs. Industry data shows a growing number of DSG-related service visits as Audis reach the 80 to 100,000 mile range. Fourth, OEL consumption. Owners report their engines burning through a quart of oil every 1,000 miles. The fundamental issue is that the piston rings let oil escape into the cylinders. It burns off, causing the car to run hot and wear out faster. One mechanic said this problem is so complex it is best left to experts, which means expensive labor on top of expensive parts. Fifth, the electrical system. The most common problems reported to RepairPal are vacuum leaks, oxygen sensor failures, catalytic converter faults, and digital instrument cluster failures. One Audi mechanic said electrical component failure is the single most common issue he sees. Dashboard displays go blank, power windows stop working, lights flicker for no reason, and the fixes are not cheap. And then there is the repair experience itself. One owner on an Audi forum shared his story. His 2003 A4 blew its engine due to oil sludge. After the $4,400 engine replacement, new problems appeared. Sluggish throttle, jumpy transmission, air conditioning stopped working. The car stalled repeatedly. By the time he was done, he had spent over $17,000 on an 8-year-old car. Other forum members told him to lawyer up. One said, "What you need is a good crusher and get rid of that money." Another owner on the TT forum described his timing chain nightmare. His mechanic said the engine was wrecked. A new engine from Audi, with all the extra parts and labor, would cost £7,000. The car was worth between £7,000 and £8,000. Basically a write-off. He spent 8 months without the car, had the engine shipped back and forth twice due to a faulty camshaft, and his wife's Q3 also needed repairs during the same period. Why do mechanics hate working on Audis so much? It comes down to access. German engineering often means packing as much technology as possible into the smallest space. A job that takes 2 hours on a Honda takes 6 or 8 hours on an Audi. Mechanics are paid by flat rate. That means if the job is supposed to take 4 hours, but actually takes 8, they lose money. When an Audi pulls in, mechanics know they are about to work for free. One mechanic said modern luxury vehicles require specialized tools, proprietary software, and paid manufacturer subscriptions just to diagnose problems. These costs did not exist a decade ago. Another explained that shops are afraid of Audis because they are unfamiliar with the cars and do not want to take on any liability in case something goes sideways. And here is the final insult. Audis depreciate faster than almost any other luxury brand. That $50,000 A4 is worth $15,000 in 5 years, which means people buy used Audis thinking they are getting a deal. They are not. They are buying someone else's nightmare. One forum post summed it up perfectly. Anybody buying a used Audi today is buying a piece of junk that will ruin them. Newer cars are even worse. Even if you lease and have warranty, your car spends more time at the dealer than in your garage. So what do mechanics actually drive? Not Audis, not BMWs, not any of the European luxury brands they spend all day fixing. They drive Toyotas, Hondas, cars that rarely need anything more than oil changes and brake pads, because they know something you do not. The badge on the hood does not matter when you are stranded on the side of the road. If this opened your eyes, subscribe to Mechanic Secrets and hit the notification bell. Every like helps more people avoid expensive mistakes. Share this with someone considering an AUDI. They deserve to know what they are really buying. New videos every week.